Hello everyone, today we're going to be looking at Minecraft Championship 21. So first, I'm going to be analyzing all of the teams and giving you guys my thoughts on them. And then I'll tell you where they should place in the event according to statistics. Then after that, I'll tell you where I personally think they'll place just solely based on my opinion. Now before we get into the video, I just wanted to thank you guys for the last video. The last video has the most views on my channel by far, and it's also gotten me the most subscribers from any video. Thank you guys so much for that. And as always, if you'd like to continue to see these videos in the future, then subscribe and turn notifications on since I tend to be late with these videos. Now, before you click off, let's actually get into the part you came here for. First off, we have the Crimson Krakens. This team has Crimson spelled with a K, and they also replaced the C in Captain Sparkles with a K. This is to make both the team name and every member of the team all start with a K. Now, this team has been seen once before in MCC 7 where they got 3rd place, and personally, I think everyone on this team has gotten substantially better than they were in MCC 7. This team can definitely do well, and I personally think that they have a chance for Dodgebolt. I say this almost every MCC, but I think this team has a true chance to break the captain's curse. But either way, this team will be very entertaining as always. Second, we have the Orange Ocelots. Now, I'm going to say I think this team is going to do well. I don't know why, but something about Phil and Illumina together makes me think that they're gonna both perform really well. And Elena's average isn't that good, but I think she'll perform a lot better in this event since last event was her first one. I can see this team making Dodgebolt, but if they don't, then I think they can definitely get top 5. Now, another reason I'm putting this team so high is because last time I put Illumina's team in last, and they ended up getting 1st place. And of course, either way, this team will be very entertaining. Third, we have the Yellow Yaks. Now, this is yet another team that I think has the potential to do very well. Fruit is obviously the best on this team, with F-Whip and Smallish Beans both being very good players, and Rendog also being pretty solid. I feel like this team can do very well, but also can do badly. I would say that they would get top 5, but honestly, anything can happen with this team. But regardless, this team is going to be insanely entertaining and very fun to watch. Fourth, we have the Lime Llamas. Now, I think this is going to be one of the most underrated teams in this event. Scar is going to do a lot better since this is his 2nd event. Green is always really good with his random pop-offs, and Solidarity is also pretty solid. But the thing that makes me think this team will do a lot better than last time is the chemistry. Green and Scar have some of the best chemistry that we've ever seen in this event. Paired with Solidarity and Pete, I think that this team will be very good when it comes to games like Build Mart and Grid Runners. But yet again, regardless, this team will put on a great show and will be very entertaining. Fifth, we have the Green Geckos. Now, this is the first team that I think isn't going to do well. If we compare this team to the MCC 17 Cyan Coyotes, they had Carl Jacobs and Ponk instead of Niggy and Sylvie. Both of those players have a way better average, and that team got 7th. So if they got 7th and had way better players, I just can't see this team doing that much better. But either way, this team will be very fun to watch regardless. Sixth, we have the Cyan Coyotes. Now, personally, I have no clue how good Snifferish is. But aside from that, Critic Zeus normally plays with other simmers and therefore gets lower scores. But when he was teamed with Fruit and Illumina, he actually got 25th place. So personally, I think there's a lot of potential for him in this event. And as for CPK, he's been popping off in Season 2. And I wouldn't be surprised if we see another top 10 from him in this event. But with all that being said, because of Snifferish, I think I'm going to put this team in the bottom half. Regardless, this team will be very fun to watch. 7th, we have the Aqua Axolotls. Now, this team is actually a really good one. Bad Boy Halo and G Nelly actually have way better averages than I thought, with Bad having nearly 1900 coins and G Nelly having nearly 1700. This paired with Ant Frost's incredible performance in the last MCC, and JoJo Solos actually placed 12th in MCC All-Stars, which was an event literally filled with some of the strongest teams yet. I think this team is going to do amazing. I would definitely put them in top 5, and I think they could maybe even get into Dodgebolt. But either way, this team will also be very entertaining. 8th, we have the Blue Bats. Now, first off, we have Scott torturing us yet again with putting purple on a team that isn't purple. But apart from that, this team looks like it'll do pretty good too. Purple placed 15th in his very first event, and 5UP and Jack Manifold are both very solid players too, with Tubbo also being a pretty good player. I think this team can and will probably get top 5, but sadly I can't see them getting into Dodgeball. But either way, this team will definitely be a very fun one to watch. 9th, we have the Purple Pandas. Now, this is one of the best teams I think we've seen so far. We have Puns, who is a solid S tier, and then we have Scott and Sam, who are both solid A tiers. And then we have Ponk, who I think can do a lot better in this event considering the team he has behind him. This team can easily get top 5 and maybe even make Dodgeball. But regardless, this team will definitely be a great viewing experience. Now last but definitely not least, we have the Pink Parrots. Now this team is also a very good one. This is basically just an entire team of A tiers. But the problem I see with teams like this is that there's never a clear leader, and that always leads to their downfall. But if they can establish a clear leader, I think they can definitely get top 5. But either way, this team is going to be super fun to watch. Now, this is the part of the video where I tell you where the team should place just according to statistics. Now, before I actually tell you where they placed, I would like to say that I use Gemini Tay's stats for Snifferish, and I use Purple's stats for JoJo Solos. Now, the reason I had to use Purple's stats for JoJo, even though they've played in multiple events, is that all of the events they've played in are non-canon events, so those stats don't count and aren't on the wiki or the spreadsheet that I use. Now, coming in last is the Green Geckos with 8,039 coins. This is due to Nikki having one of, if not the worst average in the event. I do think that they could possibly get top 5, but more than likely they'll probably get lower 5. Coming in 9th, we have the Cyan Coyotes with 8,332 coins. This is because of Snifferish being a new player and Critic Zeus also not having the highest average. I do think they could definitely do better than this though. Coming in 8th, we have the Blue Bats with 8,400 coins. This is for a number of reasons, one of them being that Purple's spot would usually be taken up by an S tier like for instance Sapnap. If it was Sapnap, this team would be 2nd instead of 9th. But honestly, since Purple did so good in his first event, I don't doubt that he could do a lot better this time and maybe even get into the top 10 or the top 3 individually. And if that happens, I don't doubt that they could do this well. Coming in 7th, we have the Aqua Axolotls with 8,562 coins. Now, this team can probably do a lot better than this in the actual event. Personally, I don't know why they place so low. I think if Ant can do as well as he did last event, and JoJo can keep up their good performances, this team can definitely do a lot better than this. Coming in 6th, we have the Lime Llamas with 8,629 coins. This is kind of to be expected, especially with this being Scar's second event ever, but I think this team has major pop-off potential and can definitely get higher than this in the actual event. Coming in 5th, we have the Pink Parrots with 8,748 coins. Now, honestly, here we have an average placement for an average team. This team has no S tiers, but also nothing below an A tier, so I think they probably will place around here in the actual event. Coming in 4th, we have the Orange Ocelots with 8,790 coins. Honestly, I think this team is going to do a lot better in this event, and they probably got this placement because Elena has only played in one event before. Coming in 3rd, we have the Yellow Yaks with 8,809 coins. Honestly, I didn't see this one coming. I thought they'd place around 5th or 6th, but I definitely think that they could potentially get this high of a placement in the actual event, and maybe even higher if Fruit really pops off. Coming in 2nd, we have the Purple Pandas with 8,940 coins. Personally, I think that they can get this high in the actual event. This could be Punz' major pop-off event that finally gets him his second win and gets Scott the 5-win medal. Paired with Sam, Ponk, and Scott, this team is definitely going to be a scary one. Now, coming in first place, we have the Crimson Krakens with 9,148 coins. Now, this was kind of a surprise to me, but honestly, I definitely think they can get this high of a placement. If this is where they actually place, this team could actually break the captain's curse. But either way, this team will definitely be a pleasure to see in action for the second time. Now, out of Crimson and Purple, Purple wins Dodgeball 66% of the time. Now, as for my predictions. Coming in last, I have the Green Geckos. Coming in 9th, I have the Cyan Coyotes. Coming in 8th, I have the blue bats. Coming in 7th, I have the aqua axolotls. Coming in 6th, I have the yellow yaks. Coming in 5th, I have the pink parrots. Coming in 4th, I have the orange ocelots. Coming in 3rd, I have the purple pandas. Coming in 2nd, I have the lime llamas. And coming in 1st, I have the crimson krakens. And out of crimson and lime, I think crimson is going to win dodgeball. Now, I'm afraid that is the end of the video. Once again, just thank you guys for all the support and all the growth on my channel. I owe it all to you guys, so thank you. If you liked the video, please subscribe, and like the video, of course. My next goal is 1,000 subscribers. I don't really have a time on it, but I just want to hit it, and once I do, I will finally start streaming. I promise, I'll actually start streaming once I hit 1,000. But that's it for this video, guys, and see you next time. Goodbye.